talk about this executive order of yours that comes from 2023-16, where I'm not going to read it all because I don't have the time. But one thing I want to point out is how you made it clear that you're going to stick these people in our neighborhoods and that we have to just accept it. That's absolutely not, because we've talked about this since last year when most of you older people who did not stand up with us and reject the sanctuary city.
I tell you, it's good to see that black people are really starting to wake up. And not just black people, legal immigrants that came to this country legally, that had to go through the right channels. As I've said over and over again on this channel, my wife's cousin has been trying to get to America for almost a decade. We've been trying to get her to America for almost a decade, but yet she has not been able to do so. But you have these people coming over here illegally, and instead of being turned around and pushed back, they're called newcomers. They're welcome into this country. No background checks, no requirement to adhere to the laws of this country because they broke our laws. And then they're dispersed throughout this country. And places like Chicago that are sanctuary cities are having to absorb this. So the people in Chicago are fed up with this stuff.
Since June, you decide to turn our park into a shelter. Our community is running lawless with illegal Venezuelans taking over our streets. We feel like prisoners in our own homes. As a taxpayer, we can't even enjoy our own park anymore. We are unable to talk, to take walks. Our amazing programs have been removed, especially for the disabled children that live near this park. We worked hard to improve our park, our neighborhood, but because of your irresponsible move, this is not impossible. Their illegal cars are parking on the residence permit street. They are selling food without permit, causing traffic, yet no police reinforcement to help us. Guys are standing on the side of the building doing God knows what, riding their bicycles around the neighborhood and looking to break into our houses, garages and cars. Smoking weed and drink in the park in broad daylight. You guys threw us to the wolves, and now we have to deal with the trouble you brought to our neighborhood. Unlike the illegals, as a legal immigrant myself, I know what I had to do to enter your country. I was required to do a background check, vaccinations, pay an expensive fee, bring a work letter from my previous job. Shall I go on? Some might be good.
That's so true. What about the people that want to come here legally? I know somebody else that wants to come here legally, but she's been denied. Denied. But yet you have these same people that come here illegally and nothing happens to them. That's intentional. That's why I say they are sending these people in to replace us. And in particular, I mean black people. We are being replaced.
But the others are here to cause trouble. For example, my neighbors had their car broken into, packages stolen from their front yards, and someone pee on my property. Yes. I'm requesting Alderman Vasquez, Mayor Johnson, and those who made this decision to walk our neighborhood and see what's happening there. You want to look good by...
They won't. They won't walk your neighborhood. They will not. Because this doesn't affect them. See, they're not touched by these policies. If they were touched by these policies, you would see a change. But they're not.
Them, yet we taxpayers are left behind. We are now being put in harm's way because of the crimes they commit in our neighborhood. Your no-consequence policy tells them it's okay to commit these crimes. Now, what about the citizen and the legal immigrants who came before them? We're still waiting years for our own families to enter this country legally. It is frustrating.
Like I said, waiting years for the people to enter this country legally. Legally.
To see our voice censored and feeling hopeless. Finally, we know the illegals are returning in the middle of the night, parking our residential permit area, acting if the shelter is a bed and breakfast. They need to leave now. We want our park back. And we demand that. It's not fair. You guys putting us in jeopardy. Kids cannot go outside. 2 weeks ago, someone was peeing in my yard. A lady grabbed a branch off a tree and took my package from Amazon. They break two cars. 6:53 a.m. I have videos to prove. Break into cars, and we cannot do nothing about it. Cops come, they see, and they go away. Selling food all the time.
What does it prosper a man or profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul? We're going to start off with scripture because Mr. Johnson, you love quoting and thumping scriptures up there. And this is something I think is special for you. So I thought I would state that to you. We're going to talk about this executive order of yours that comes from 2023-16, where I'm not going to read it all because I don't have the time. But one thing I want to point out is how you made it clear that you're going to stick these people in our neighborhoods and that we have to just accept it. That's absolutely not, because we've talked about this since last year when most of you older people who did not stand up with us and reject the sanctuary city. Now I got a problem with that. And I spoke that on December 14th. So I think we need to cut down the staff of the older people here. How about that? Because you all are not all representing us. How about those who stood up and represented us? Then you stay in your offices. But the rest of you, goodbye. Because that's how we're going to see it when it's time to vote. That's where we're going with that.
And I hope you do. I really, really hope you do. Because this is the time to prove it. Don't be like this sister right here who voted for Biden and is trying to walk it back.
So with the migrant situation, that is on Congress. They don't release money, so then that doesn't protect the border. So that's the first thing. We are a sanctuary city. We started being a sanctuary city back in 1980, which of course should have been changed a long time ago. So they bringing them in. You wonder where the money coming from? They taking it. The COVID fund that was here, that money. You talking about all the housing programs. So when people pay rent, all the rental programs, that money, all the programs that we have in the city of Chicago, they are bankrupting us. They are taking from all of these programs that we have, and they're taking the money and they're funding the migrants. Our taxpayers, we've already paid $32 million out of our taxes to house and take care of the migrants thus far. Now, we already know the only ones who qualify to become citizens in asylum here from the starts if they were here after August, they don't even qualify. But here we're going to be taking care of them for 5 to 7 years while there's paperwork floating on people's desk. And why? Send them home. Send them back. But Venezuela already said, oh, we're not taking them back.
I
So
got
now,
a question for you. Who did you vote for?
first of all, wait, I have no problem with saying that I did vote for Biden because I was not voting.
Okay.
I did.
Okay,
But
listen.
here it is.
Hold on.
Wait, okay,
That was a question.
Okay.
Now you answered it, right?
Okay.
This migrant influx that we're dealing with right now, this is your fault.
Okay, well, let me say, hold up. First of all, let me say this. It is not my fault. It is Congress' fault who does not release the money.
I hope you do make Brandon Johnson, make those older people recognize the impact that these policies are having on you negatively. I really do.
Home Illinois 2021, that's when it came out, and Bring Chicago Home. Robbery. They both are for homeless causes that you all claimed they're for. You and Prisker need to sync up because both of you all are trying to pull the same number, which you claim is homeless. And I think you might recall that I said, I'm out here helping the homeless. I got a recording from a homeless that also said, y'all just don't care. You just don't care. There, hearing it straight from the homeless. Now, WOTC, Work Opportunity Tax Credit, 400 plus businesses. Hyatt, which is Prisker's company, all are hiring refugees and kicking all of y'all out. Now, how about that for news that's not being broadcast? See, I do my digging, I do my research, and all of you all will know when I step up here to this mic, I bring the facts. I don't bring no opinions. So you all need to be careful of how you think you're treating us, because we coming for this. We bringing our city back. We removing all these illegals that's breaking our rules and laws, and we're fed up. So it needs to stop. Get your police out there and stop them breaking these laws. I got a lot more to say, but since my time is up, I think I picked on the most important, essential matter. Get it cleaned up.
I really hope and pray that the residents, in particular, the black residents and the legal immigrants in the city of Chicago, remember this. It's up to you to make the changes in the city of Chicago. You have to vote out those folks that don't care about you, that have placed these people in your community with no regard to your safety, your children's safety, or no regard to your desires. These people don't even care what you think. They just put them in your community and told you to deal with it. It's up to you to take your city back. Otherwise, you'll continue to remain a victim. And we're not victims. We are empowered for greatness.